Hey everyone, Kayley here with some festival-inspired hairstyles. Now, festival season is my favorite time of the hair year because it's so much fun, and I encourage you guys to try these hairstyles out, whether or not you're going to a music festival. Life is too short for boring hair, so let life in a little bit. Wear these to the grocery store if you want to. Just have fun with your hair. And with that being said, let's get into it. So let's get started on these double accent braids. First, let's talk about how I prepped my hair. I curled all of my hair with a 1-inch curling iron. Then for some lightweight body, I added in this Herbal Essences dry shampoo from their volumizing line. I just did that at my roots, and you can see that definitely gave me some more body in my hair. And then I grabbed the Herbal Essences Soft Control Cream Gel because this helps to moisturize your hair, add a little bit of hold, and it also protects against humidity. So perfect for festival time. For the braids on top, you're going to start by grabbing some hair from about 1 inch below your part and then start braiding that all the way down, and you can either secure that with an elastic or just tease the end a little bit. And now for the fun part, you can add on some string or colored cord of your choice. I'm using this mint green leather cord to wrap around my braid. And you just want your cord to be long enough so that when it's folded in half, it's the same length as your braid. Then you can start wrapping it around the braid however you want. You can really get as random or as symmetrical as you want. Towards the end, I wrapped it a little bit closer and then I tied a knot to finish it off. And this way you don't actually need an elastic because the cord holds everything in place. And then I went on to repeat the same thing on the other side of my part. Now, for you guys, you can either do all the braids that I did with super statementy cord, or you can pull it back a little bit. Do less braids, do a more neutral, more thin cord. Whatever feels right for you and your outfit, I really encourage you guys to kind of find what feels best for you. And then I did the same thing on the underside of my hair as well. Once that was done, this hairstyle is complete. I really love kind of being able to play with texture and color in the hair. I think that's a really fun thing that's happening in festival hair right now, and I totally encourage you guys to try this one out. Speaking of texture and color, let's move on to this bangled pony. For this, I started by grabbing a set of bracelets that I found at the mall for about $5, and I split this into 2 because I discovered that it's easier to put your hair up if you do that. So I'm actually just going to sweep my hair back into a low ponytail, and then I'm going to use the first of these 2 sets to wrap my hair as if I was wrapping it with an elastic. Once that's set in place, I'm doing the same thing with my other set. And once that's done, this hairstyle is complete. It really is just tying your hair back in a pony with bracelets, but it makes it look so much cooler. It's really just an easy way to add more style and fun into your hair. And now let's get back to the braids with this French braid wrap. You're going to start that French braid with some small pieces from around your face. Just bring them back until you have your 3 sections and start your braid. Then continue doing your French braid by taking more small pieces from your hairline. This is going to give you that really piecey French braided look. So you're going to go kind of slowly because you're taking these little sections, but it's going to look really good once you finish. So keep going until everything is incorporated into your French braid. It's okay to cheat and take bigger sections towards the end, and then just braid the rest of the hair normally. Then just use your fingers to rough up the braid a little bit and make it look a little less perfect. And now for the fun part, you can wrap some cord around the braid if you want. I started by piercing it through the top of the normal braid and then wrapping it around however I wanted to. I did it a bit randomly because I really liked how that looked. And when I got to the end, I wrapped it a little bit tighter around the base and then I tied it off to hold everything in place. To make sure everything stayed in place, I used the Herbal Essences BioRenew Flexible Hairspray. This is going to add some light hold and frizz control, and because of the BioRenew, it also has antioxidants in it as well. And that's it for this hairstyle. It's a really easy way to dress up an old favorite and make it amazing for this summertime. Now let's move on to this top knotted hairstyle. I started this hairstyle by sectioning off a tiny mohawk section on top of my head, and then I Dutch braided that section. You could also French braid it if that's more comfortable for you. Then I picked up some more hair on either side of the braid and brought everything together into a little tiny ponytail on top of my head. And you could stop here if you want, but I went ahead and put the ponytail into a bun, and then I finished everything off by using this bracelet as a bun cuff. So I just kind of bent it to fit the shape of my bun, and I left it there and it stayed just fine. And I really love this hairstyle. Adding in something as simple as a bracelet really takes it that extra level, so you could totally be rocking this for spring and summer. And to finish off, we have this pierced side braid. Start by creating a really deep side part, and then you're just going to Dutch braid the hair that's left on the shallow side of the part. Start by taking a little tiny section to make the beginning of that braid, and then continue taking in tiny sections to get the braid started. And then as you do this, you want to create kind of a crescent shape with the braid so that it almost kind of frames your ear as you go. And I kept braiding until I reached just beyond like the top point of my ear, and then I switched to doing a normal braid down the rest of my hair, and I secured it with an elastic. And at this point, I grabbed some 12mm jump rings. These are actually jewelry supplies, and I opened them by using pliers and my fingers to twist them open, but you could also use pliers and like a bobby pin or something to pull them apart. And then I just wedged it into my braid wherever I wanted the rings to be, and you can close these back up with your pliers or skip that step if you want. Your hair will keep these rings in place on its own. Once you've added all the accessories you want, this hairstyle is done. And I actually really like how this turned out with the little tiny gold rings. That's totally my style, but a lot of you guys have been sending me pictures of more like elaborate ones, and I think those are really cool too. So whatever you like, totally go for it. And that's it for our festival-inspired hairstyles. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to Herbal Essences for challenging me to make a video based on the prompt, "Let Life In." That is their slogan for their new Bio Renew line, because they are putting natural ingredients into their products, but I got to interpret that however I wanted. So to me, let life in means be a little bit more adventurous, have a little bit more fun, and I hope this video encourages you guys to do that with your hair and shows you some ways to do that. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you want to see more hair tutorials for every day, click that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, welcome to the Braid fam. If you want, you can hit that little bell icon down there so you get notified the second that I post a video. And that's it, guys. I will see you on Saturday when I upload my next video. See you then. Mwah. Bye.